Hello, everybody. Rob McCarran here of Shake Them Ropes and Voices of Wrestling. Big news coming on a Tuesday. It's all going up on a Tuesday. Roman Reigns has been suspended, as you can see at the bottom of the screen if you are watching on the VOW YouTube channel. Roman Reigns has been suspended for 30 days by WWE due to a wellness policy failure. WWE releasing a statement today saying WWE has suspended Joe Anoa'i, Roman Reigns, for 30 days, effective immediately for his first violation of the company's talent wellness policy. Roman went on to Twitter about the same time that this was announced, so obviously coordinated, and apologized to his friends, family, fans, basically for letting us down and basically getting out of WWE for the next 30 days. So Roman Reigns off television, effective immediately. It is 30 days. Now, Battleground, the next pay-per-view, as obviously at the end of Raw last night, we got a triple threat match announced for the main event of Battleground. Roman Reigns was going to be involved in it. Now, the next Battleground pay-per-view isn't until July 24th. So 30 days from now, he actually could be back for that pay-per-view. Although I would be very surprised. I would be very surprised. It's almost like, a football player who misses practice all week ends up not playing in the game, even though he might somewhat be healthy. Maybe the big stars come back. Roman Reigns, obviously one of the top guys in WWE right now. I suppose he could be on the pay-per-view, but missing all of this TV time leading up to the show. I mean, he's going to miss about 4 weeks of television before this pay-per-view. And what are they going to do? Just keep him off of it? Just keep him off the show. Maybe they reference why he's suspended, but then you give him a title match the first night back. Maybe they don't reference anything. Maybe they do some type of angle on television to explain why he's not there. Roman Reigns going into intense training. He's so intense on getting his championship back. He wants to taste it again, that he's off training for the next 30 days and won't be on television. I would be hard-pressed to find that they would actually allow Roman Reigns to be on the pay-per-view. Maybe they go Dean Ambrose and Seth Rollins one-on-one. And use this as the reason, in good faith, we can't have him wrestle on this pay-per-view because of his suspension, whatever the case may be. He may be on it, though. Timeline-wise, he could be back for Battleground, but I would be highly surprised if this suspension happens and they still allow him to work that pay-per-view event. I would imagine he'll come back on Raw the next night and lead up into the draft. And that's another question. We got feedback coming in on the Twitter feed at Shake Them Ropes, maybe somewhat sarcastically. They are wondering how this affects his draft stock. I mean, isn't this just like every great NFL draft where, a big top prospect who might be in the top 5 picks has some type of issue, whether it's a drug-related issue? We saw that in the draft this year. I forget the kid's name, but we saw it in the draft this year. Roman Reigns. How do you justify, if you're Shane McMahon, picking Roman Reigns number 1 now? This guy's got some baggage on his history now. So that's kind of a fun different perspective on it. But we've been getting feedback. We've been getting it over the last half hour. This news basically just announced like 10 minutes ago from us going on live. Andrew on the Twitter feed says, well, guess that triple threat is now a one-on-one. They almost certainly have to make him a heel now, right? Maybe this goes into playing up. Use it. Roman Reigns is suspended. He's not hurting anyone else. He's hurting himself, but he's not hurting anyone else. It's not a suspension for something more dire. So why not use it? Make him a bad guy now. And now you have actually some reason to allow that to happen. We got no way he can be the number 1 draft pick now from Josh K. Too many red flags. He'll drop down the board considerably. This is a little behind the scenes. I don't know how many people are going to watch this video. I'm sure there's not, you'll probably hear the news somehow. Twitter is how I think a lot of these people heard the news. And you may have been out there hearing this news as well. If you're watching this video live, thanks for checking us out here for a moment. We were gonna do draft analysis, pre-draft boards. We're gonna make it somewhat like a comedy type thing, a tongue-in-cheek type thing here on the YouTube channel. And now we got some action to play with. The Roman Reigns suspension. How will this affect his draft status? Diego says, sorry for not knowing, but what does violation of the wellness policy mean? What did he do? And that we don't know yet. WWE did not say what he was failed for. Or what he was doing on this policy. It could be a certain, obviously a certain substance that he put in. It could be something else, not necessarily substance related. It could have been what Hornswoggle has said, where he just didn't take a test in the appropriate amount of time. It could be a number of things. I don't want to speculate on what specifically it was, but WWE has come out and announced that he is indeed suspended for 30 days due to whatever the wellness violation might have been. Let's see. Greg on Twitter says, I'd figure they'd want him to miss at least the SummerSlam build. Or I figure they want him to miss the least amount of SummerSlam build as possible. Yeah, I mean, he'll be back for the SummerSlam build, whatever that may be. Whatever you can actually do with him, he might be back for the SummerSlam build. Again, not knowing any of the information, we're all knee-jerk into this right now. Not knowing any of the specifics about what they're going to do, he very well could wrestle at Battleground. Maybe they keep him in storylines without him being present on television. But generally, and I don't know if it was Randy Orton. I can't remember off the top of my head right now when we had a suspension like this before and they actually did keep him off of a pay-per-view, even though he could have been back for it. I think it had to do with Randy Orton, but I'm blanking on the situation right now. I just don't see Roman Reigns being used on screen. These suspensions, they usually just go away. They're not heard of. You know, they're out of sight, out of mind until they can come back. And I think that's what we're going to get with Roman Reigns. I think somehow on SmackDown tonight, you know, we have SmackDown being taped tonight. Maybe they find some way of explaining that Seth Rollins, because Seth Rollins was the last champion, they could do something with Seth Rollins is cashing in his rematch clause. He wants it one-on-one. Something can happen there. Something can happen. But we're getting the feedback coming in. A lot of people thinking he will be back for Battleground due to that timing. I just, and maybe I will be proven wrong, obviously. It's been done so many times. I've been proven wrong a ton. But I just don't think he'll be back for Battleground. So that is your news right now. WWE suspending Roman Reigns, issuing a statement. Roman Reigns issuing a statement on his Twitter feed. Roman Reigns suspended for 30 days from WWE. And we will find out more. We may even find out as soon as the SmackDown tapings tonight what might go on. We'll be back with Jeff Hawkins tonight, actually, talking more about this on Shake Them Ropes. We'll also have Cruiserweight Classic stuff as they actually did weigh-ins today on the WWE Snapchat. Weigh-ins for the Cruiserweight Classic. We're going to get a lot of that on Shake Them Ropes tonight. I hope you'll join us. Find us at bit.ly/STR iTunes. That's bit.ly/STR iTunes. You can find our show on iTunes, Stitcher, TuneIn Radio, everywhere. Go visit the website at voicesofwrestling.com/STR. We'll be back with a new Shake Them Ropes